Yo, what's going on? It's Eli Skinner with Simplify Real Estate. Hey, so happy to be here with you again. I wanted to get you on this crash course to, oh no, I've got a buyer. What do I do? Again, maybe you just got out of class and you know a lot about the state laws and how to find something with a legal description, but you have no idea how to write a contract. You have no idea how to work through inspections. You have no idea how to even set up, as we talked about previously, a custom home search for your client. But let's say we've been through the custom home search thing. They found a house. Maybe they were self-searchers. Maybe they found it on Zillow. Awesome, cool. They probably found us on Zillow too. So here's the deal. You're going to be setting up this custom home search for them, and then they're going to find a house, and they're going to be like, oh, I want to go look at it in 3 minutes. You'll be like, oh, okay, let me see if we can get into this house. It's pretty simple. Call 317-955 5555. That's 3179 and a whole lot of fives. By the time you stop hitting fives, it'll be dialing. Okay, it's pretty simple. That is called centralized showing services. And the vast majority of agents use centralized showing services to manage the showings. Okay, so we're going to call them. Again, this is the crash course. Are there other ways to get a showing set up? Yes. What if I run into one that's not managed by CSS? We'll deal with it. That's when you call your trainer. Okay. But generally speaking, you're sitting here, you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm not super comfortable with all the technology right now. Call centralized showing services. Okay. Let's say that's 317-9 and then a whole bunch of fives. Okay. Here's what I want you to know though. It's easy to show one house. It can be a little more difficult to show multiple houses. So figure out what houses they want to show. First step. Second step. Get on Google is where I do it. You can do it with inside of either Matrix or with inside centralized showing service on the internet. But I just want you to, for now, just go to Google. Type in the 3 addresses that they want to go to. Okay? Map it out. Figure out how long it takes to get to each one. And assume a 15-minute showing time. So assume that they're going to take 15 minutes inside each house. Okay? So let's just say we got 3 appointments that we need to set, and we call centralized showing. We're going to call centralized showing services, but we have to have our times ready. Okay, you got to know when you want to show up. Set them for 1 hour lengths. So the first showing's at noon. Let's just go with that. That's when they said they're available. Boom, first showing's at noon. Awesome. Call centralized showing services. You've done all your Google stuff. I'm going to walk through this in a different way. So you call centralized showing services. You tell them, hey, we want to show 123 Main Street at noon on Wednesday. Great, boom, you're set up to go. That's a go and show. That means you can just go. There's nobody that has to give approval. There's another option. It could be a appointment required. That means they got to wait for permission from the sellers, okay, or from the agent at least. And then they'll let you know. They'll call you back, okay? The third option is that it's a courtesy, which means it's a go and show, but they might tell you no, okay? Remember that. Courtesy means it's a go unless we call you otherwise. Okay, courtesy is very seldom do I get called and told, hey, never mind, sorry, you can't show up. So anyway, you call them, you say, hey, we want to show 123 Main Street at noon noon on Wednesday. They're like, great, it's a go and show. Have a blast. Here's the code. Here's this and that. They're going to send you an email, so you're going to be fine there. But at the beginning, you might want to go ahead and write all this information down because you may not have your email set up. You may not have centralized showing set up well, okay? So go ahead and write down what they tell you about the code, about make sure the time's written down, all of that. Now, what I tell you, you're setting it up for an hour. So that is from noon to 1, your first showing. Noon to 1, you set it up for an hour. Now, you guys are only going to be there from 12 to 12:15. Okay? You may be there to 12:20. You may be there to 12:30, but I'm going to help you through all that. Here's the deal. Second one, you're going to look and say, okay, it's 10 minutes from the first one to the second one. And we're going to be there approximately 15 minutes at the first one, so that's noon to 12:15. Set the next one up for 12:15. At worst, set it up for 12:30, and you may be waiting in the driveway for a few minutes, and that's fine. But assume a 15-minute showing time, and then figure out how long it takes to get there. That's 15 showing, 10 minutes to drive. That's 25 minutes, and you started at noon. That means we are going to start the next one at 12:30 or 12:15. We set it for an hour. Let's go with 12:15. Set it for an hour. Second showing's at 456 Main Street. It was 10 minutes away, even though it's only 3 blocks away. 10 minutes away. Great, no problem. We're going to go from from 12:15 to 1:15 at that one. They tell you that's an appointment required, so we're going to wait on approval. Cool. We just wait on approval. Then we got our third showing. Remember, we started at 12:15. In the back of our heads, though, we know we're really not going to get there till 12:25. So go 12:25 to 12:40, and then it's 15 minutes to the next one. So now you left at 12:40. You're there at the next one at 12:55. So you might want to set that one up for 12:45. So it's 10 minutes before you guys get there. It's already started. The people are gone. It's great. So then it's 12:45. You're going to set your third appointment up. 789 Main Street. Again, 3 blocks away, but it takes 15 minutes to get there. Traffic jam. So now you're at 12:45 to 1:45 for that one. What that does is if anything backs up, if something happens and your clients are late or you guys spend 45 minutes in the house, you've got time. Because we did the math. We left ourselves plenty of room with an hour showing time. We calculated all the numbers based on 15-minute show time and then our drive distance. And we made the best decisions possible. We're going to plan on waiting for a few minutes in the driveway, or we're going to get there after the show time starts. You don't have to be there on time. Make sure you give yourself those times. So you just saw how that worked, and you could just tell your clients, here's the first one, and then you can either tell them what's coming up next, or you can just tell them, expect to be done at, and you tell them what time to expect to be done. Again, we know we were getting there at 12:55, so 15-minute show time, that's 1:10. Tell them, expect to be done around 1:15. So we just did 3 showings in an hour and 15 minutes with 25 minutes of driving, 45 minutes of showing, and some extra time in there, okay? That's how you set up a showing. That's how you think through your times. But I want you to set those up and just process through that. Go slow, not fast like I'm doing, but the key is to count on a 15-minute showing window. No, sorry, the showing window is an hour. Expect that you're going to be there for 15 minutes. And then calculate your drive time and set your next appointment for, I generally set it for just before that. You're going to do it in increments of 15 normally, but I think you can set it for kind of whatever time, like in 5-minute increments. So set it for a few minutes before that so that you're not waiting in the driveway. You got a whole hour to look at it, 15 minutes to show it, 10 minutes to drive to the next one, or 15 minutes to drive to the next one, and then you start the showing just before then. If you've done all that, then you're going to be in great shape. If you leave a little early, you'll not be waiting in the driveway because you gave yourself 5 minutes. If you leave a little late, no problem, because you gave yourself an hour to look at the house. Something I would recommend, if you leave a house early, which you will, sometimes think about texting the listing agent, especially if it's an appointment required. Text the listing agent and say, hey, we're gone. Thanks for letting us show the house. Because the reality is you just kick these people out of the house for an hour. You stayed there 15 minutes. It's not a problem. It's what everybody does because we don't want to have to be calling and changing appointments all the time. But make sure you give them a call. Say, hey, we're out of there. Thanks for letting us see the house. Shoot them a text. Hey, we're gone. Tell your clients they can come back anytime. That's just a cordial thing to do because you're going to find out that we are beloved in this town because we are good. We are kind. We are thoughtful. And we love other people, including the agents and the customers on the other side of the deal. Okay? That's how you set up a showing. Again, we went from calling centralized showing services at 317-9 and a bunch of 5s. We set up our show times. We expect to be there 15 minutes. Calculate your drive time and set your next showing just a few minutes before that, and you will be in great stinking shape. That's how you set up a showing. We're going to talk next time, I believe, at some point in time here on how to do a showing. But for right now, that's where we're at. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.